Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Make sure you subscribe today before you leave. Make sure to thumbs up the video and to share on all your social media networking sites that you happen to be on this time. Hello and happy Sunday. Welcome back. I'm so happy to be back in front of the camera. You know, this is one of my favorite places to be. So always a joy for me to be in front of you guys and just chit-chatting and hanging out with you guys. And I hope you guys feel the same way. All right, so without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Okay, so this is a topic that was on my mind. I did like a little blog about it not too long ago, like a written blog about it. So this is all about creating happy. Yes, it is possible to create your own happy. Yes, I mean, we live in a time now where happy just seems so far-fetched, you know, but it is, there is a way to have peace even when, you know, peace seems like an illusion. So, if you notice, I'm looking to the side here, to the right, just glancing at my notes. Okay. All right. So, we want to make a decision to choose content or being content over discontent. Now, this is a big one. So many folks struggle with being content where they are. No true words have been spoken. Now, the likely reason is that they have not quite reached where they wish to be. However, before you go any further with your goals, you have to be okay where you are with your starting point. Always appreciate your beginning. It's part of what makes you, and what molds you, and what trains you for the next plateau. No one said you have to be over the moon about your starting point, but just accept it as it is. Don't allow it to take up too much space in your mind. And remember that life is best lived moment to moment. So as I said before, sometimes the word happy seems to disillusion us. And what I mean, of course, is that we all know what it means. We all know what the word happy means. But the concept of being happy, you know, do we really know what that means? So living in the times that we do, you know, we're going through a pandemic and you know, social injustice and things like that. It seems happy is very far off. But it's never a bad time to try to cultivate the necessary skills for creating your own happy. So the first step we want to talk about is just making a decision to choose being content over discontent. So that's a huge one, and that can be a very hard one. When I think about this step, I kind of think about the message that's kind of preached to singles a lot about being content, but I mean, it goes beyond whether you're single, married, or whatever it is. You always want to try to be content. You know, you don't have to be over the moon about it. But really, happiness it's just a decision that you make. Being content is a decision that you make. It literally is. It's as simple as that. Like, I remember a few years ago, I was working at the job and I really didn't like it. You know, it was like my first starting point when I got out of college. And so, you know, rarely do we like our first job, right? Like, typically, no. You know, and I was not feeling the job at all, you know, and it was so crazy because I was so depressed. I wasn't feeling the job, and I wasn't feeling living either. Like, I wasn't feeling my life, and I really did begin to wonder, like, why I was here. And this was like right before I came into relationship with the Lord. And so I met a coworker of mine there. We became good friends. And her relationship with God just really inspired me to grow closer to God and to begin to ask questions to God about my life and my existence and things like that. And so in growing in my relationship with him, I began to see that the job, even though I didn't really like it, I began to appreciate having the job. I was there for a reason. First of all, it helped me pay my bills. I could give my mom some money. I could buy little things I like my coffee from Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks. So I could do little things like that. It also helped me to grow. It also gave me other skills that I needed for my future jobs and future career and things of that nature. So it just helped me to work on the different gifts that I had. But it wasn't eternal. It wasn't like I was stuck there for eternity at all, even though I disliked it. So my whole vibe changed. I came in with a bigger, brighter smile, and I began to attract people to me at my job. And when the God in me started to show, I remember this one lady I met, and I wasn't, it was so funny because we weren't even talking about going to church or anything like that. We weren't even talking about anything religious or spiritual or whatever it is. But she was just inspired by me, and she was like, oh, I would love to come to your church. And it was funny because we weren't talking about church at all, but she just was inspired by me. She just kind of just felt the energy that I was exuding, so it's hard to hide God, and it's hard to hide contentment as well. It's so important to get to that stage where you start to understand why are you in a certain position, so you're not looking at your circumstances now and allowing them to dictate your emotions, so because it doesn't have to be that way. So I was just fortunate to get to that point. Okay, so next you want to use all the tools in your toolbox. Okay, so use all the tools in your toolbox. So I believe that God gave us all a set of tools to utilize in life. These are our gifts and talents. It's up to us to put them to good use. So you want to take some time to find out what best suits you. And what do you do best that nobody can touch you in? What's effortless to you? Okay, so kind of take some time and think about what I'm saying. So that's when you have identified your gift. Now you can do a brain dump or a brainstorm on all the ideas that you have for how you will make the gifts and talents work for you. Okay, and then what you want to do then is rate your ideas on a 10-point scale. Which one made the cut? Okay, so start there and don't forget to pray on it for clarity. Okay. All right, so you have this awesome toolbox. God has equipped you with all these awesome gifts, all these talents, and you just want to try to figure out which one of them is going to be, the one that you're going to go with. Which one is your gift? Because you could, be multi-talented and things like that, and a lot of us are. So, you want to figure out, because you have talents and then you have gifts. So figure out what is your gift. So you may have a gift of communication, and then your talent may be story writing, or you may be a motivational speaker, or things of that nature. So that's an example of that, the difference between talent and a gift. So so I would definitely suggest doing a brain dump. You can do this a couple times a month just to try to clear your head space. You want to clear your head space. You don't want to get clogged up mentally with all the ideas, all the awesome ideas rumbling around up there, and write these things down, and then start to rate those ideas and figure out what do you think suits you best. And then definitely you want to be prayerful about it so that God can confirm to you what he would want you to go with. What speaks to you, what's best for you, and what's going to help you to best serve others as well. And then that's the thing that you want to go with. So use all the tools in your toolbox. I think if you multi-talented, if you say, oh, I'm a I'm gonna be a real estate broker. I'm a singer. I also dance. I do this. You know, I'm a do motivational speaking too on the side. I think you should do all of it. But also remember, it all has its own timing as well. So it won't happen at once. Just, take your time, you slow down a little bit and go with that first thing. That's the whole point of rating it and praying on it, so that you figure out, okay, what should I go with first, and then everything else will fall in place. Okay. So the next thing you want to do is clear your space of negative vibes, people, okay? Yeah, negative vibes, people, and energy. Go to God in prayer and simply inquire about who needs to be in your life at this time and who needs to go. He will help you remove them. If you notice old friends falling away as you go further up, don't be shocked. People's rejection is God's protection. If you once participated in certain activities and you notice they just don't make you feel good anymore, or they just aren't good for you, cease and desist. Fill your time with positive activities that bring about good energy or that get your creative juices flowing. Okay? So sometimes we gotta go through our friend list and do some cuts. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes some people who we once looked at as friends, we find out they are not. And they gotta go. They gotta go. Activities that we used to do, they gotta go. These activities that you once were into, you gotta get rid of them. Any sort of negative vibes that you're having, you have to cleanse yourself of those. And the way that you do it, the best way to do it, is just by spending time with the Lord. So when you do that, you get in your Bible, you reading, you get in your meditation time, you notice these things are easier to part with. They are. They're going to be easier to part with. Sometimes you won't have to necessarily say anything to somebody. Like, they'll just, fall away from you. The habits will just kind of slide off of you. The people, they'll just go away. They'll go away. Like in my example earlier about the young lady just kind of seeing Christ in me, and then she wanted to come to my church. I didn't say anything to her. I wasn't trying to convict her, nothing like that. She just saw it in me and wanted to get closer to me. Just like you can, attract people, you can also repel them as well. Like that can happen, they can see Christ in you and be repelled by it as well. And sometimes that's not a negative thing. That's a good thing. That's a thing that can save your life, So, don't be afraid, when these people are falling away. It's just going to help you to be better and help you to remain in a positive space. And we want to keep those creative juices flowing at all times. All right. Okay, so lastly, start with service. Serving others can really teach you about yourself. It also helps you take focus off of you for a moment. Being an instrumental positive change in someone else's life can really bring out the best in you. The biggest thing is that through doing so, you just may discover your life's purpose and a sense of peace that you never experienced. You can search online in your spare time for the right organization for you. Okay. So service is such a beautiful thing. A lot of you may already offer a service or a product, or you may want to start doing so. Another reason to get that brainstorm in, get the brain dump, get it all out, see what type of service that you might want to offer. Or service can be simply feeding the homeless, helping with children, becoming a big brother or sister, becoming an advocate in some sort of way. So these are other forms of service that you may want to get into. They have so many organizations. I would definitely suggest you guys Definitely search online in your spare time. Just try to find something in your area. Try to find something that kind of speaks to your heart, and also something that speaks to your personality as well, because it truly does teach you so much about yourself. I've been dying to get into some sort of service myself, which I'm like in the middle of searching. So I definitely want to find something where I can work with young women or children. So I'm definitely on it. So you should be getting on it too, definitely. Alrighty. All right, and remember that happiness is very attainable. It's attainable for everyone. You just have to want it and make a decision. And you may realize that it's closer than you realize. Okay. So remember, you can do this thing. Remember what I said earlier. It's just a decision that you make. Happy is just a decision that you make like anything else. You know, you may be in bad circumstances right now, but you just decide, you know what, despite all this, I'm going to put a smile on my face. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be content where I am. I understand this is just a starting point, and it's used to grow me and to mature me and to make me stronger, and that's all it is. Point blank and a period. Yep, and there you have it. All right, I hope this video inspires someone today. Thank you guys, as always, for listening and tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And I will leave any information that you need in the more info box below. Yes, my book is still on sale, if you were wondering. Long Way to Love is still on sale on Amazon. I will drop the link below for you, and be on the lookout for my latest novel that is getting ready to drop. This is Long Way to Love, the sequel. Yes, the sequel will be coming out very, very soon. So it will also be available on Amazon. So just be on the lookout for that. Get excited. But yes, you can definitely pick up your copy of Long Way to Love. It is available now. So you definitely can do that. And other than that, you guys, I want you guys to have a great week. Yeah, get those weekly goals down, get the brain dump going, and, make that decision to be happy. And I will talk to you guys later. Happy Sunday. See you later and be blessed. Bye.